Good morning.
How's it going?
Pretty good. You?
Tired, but doing well.
What time did you go to sleep yesterday?
Like 11.
Well, I mean, it's not that bad, but after the day you had, I'm assuming, like, I'm imagining how exhausting it was.
Yeah, especially since Eden woke me up at 4:30.
Wow.
But yeah, I'm feeling good. I feel like I'm dragging a little bit. I think I need to. But I don't know what I need to do.
You're like, I need to go back to bed. That'd be fun. So, how did it go yesterday?
It went really good. I got some good response to the the process, and I got a couple of really good like comments that would be great for testimonials. But what I realized is like just this process by itself is really valuable. Like helping people collapse like all of the stuff that they think that what I've found is like most people haven't done the homework to condense something into a marketing message. And so by making them tell it as a story, it's like you can help them do that in 30 minutes, an hour or something, which is a lot easier than like sitting down with a worksheet and like filling it out and then trying to figure out like how to make it sound good. So anyway, yeah, part of what I was thinking is like this should be like a standard part of the course. I mean, I think it's something that I could do. I don't know if it was included in the course, it would open up for people who are like not quite, they haven't quite gotten a clear offer or marketing story together. And if I can figure out how to do it so that it's like the homework is laid out so that all the stuff that they need is in front of them, and then you pair people up so they're doing it with each other. I don't know, I'll have to figure out how to engineer that, but I feel like this piece is something really valuable that if we could include it as part of the part of the process you go through is get a clear message and offer so that you can post that in your group. I mean, a lot of what we're doing is like for people who already have that message, it's like those are the people we want to focus on. But at some point, it's like if we can add this as a like I don't know, a part of the thing, or maybe like a workshop, like a paid workshop before they come into the program. I don't know.
But isn't that kind of what you're offering with the fast action bonus?
Yes, but I also think that I'll have to figure out how we're gonna do. Well, I mean, I literally can just keep doing it the way that I was doing it, just like small groups of 3 or 4. But and I guess right now, since we're just doing like one small group, like a first run cohort, it doesn't matter. I'm just trying to think of like how do I make this more sustainable, so like once the kind of the copy all kind of like comes together and we have a good enough idea of like how like what it takes to convert people, like we start putting it in front of bigger audiences and stuff. Once we start having some trickle of lead flow, like we're able to manage those people, because that was one of the problems that we had with CrowdScale. We got like 50, 60 people come in the first month or two. It was like chaos. There wasn't quite enough people to manage what was happening because the people who started it didn't know anything about running a big program, and they were just depending on everybody else to kind of figure it out. So that's one thing I don't want to do, is like have a launch and then have it be like terrible experience for people and then people drop out and leave. I mean, doesn't matter in the long run, but I mean, if we can prepare beforehand so it is more likely that it's a better experience, that'd be great.
Then again, like I do feel like for us, even if we are in that situation, like we'll find a way. We'll ask people like, hey, what do you need from us? What do you want? Like, what is this experience? What do you like need this experience to be? Whereas other people, they're just like, oh, well, no, I can't do that because then it's not professional. I guess that's the beauty of our approach. Like, we know we're not professional. We don't even try. So how many people did there end up being yesterday? 10?
There was 9 people in total. So between that group of people and the people that are actually participating in the Facebook group, I think I have about a dozen people who are like actively working on stuff. So it's like Marcus is in the Facebook group and he's also doing some things. And then I have Justin and Haley both paid me. So I have about a dozen people that are that have at least taken some action. It's like these people came and showed up on a call. Justin and Haley both bought stuff for me, and Marcus has been like, I've been helping him for free, just either through chat or like I did record a little story workshop for him. But it's like I have about a dozen people now who I've helped, and that are there are a handful of other people in the group, but they're not really doing anything. But I feel like that's a good number to be like, all right, one of these people is gonna like actually take the ball and run with it and like get their first client or get some quick results or like have, you know, just finally kind of start the ball rolling for them. So my goal right now is just keep checking in with this dozen people. I think there's 2 or 3 in the group right away that I can see. It's like they're not really ideal clients. They don't quite have either the experience or the I don't know. I don't want to prejudge too much, but like I suspect there's probably 3 or 4 people that would really be beneficial to focus on helping, and then the rest of them, if they make it, great. If not, whatever. So, but yeah, it's been good. But what I really do want to do now is go back over all of the calls and comb through the transcripts and pull out the pain points, the little nuanced things that they shared about, oh, this is what's been holding me back, or this is why I've been stuck, this is why I've been hesitating, or when they're talking about their clients, the same things. Like I help people and they've said this or that. It's like all of those little things can help us pinpoint and figure out what do we need to say on the sales page, on the landing page. So between that and then I want to pay a VA to just dump the spreadsheet of like the data entry on the Google Sheet from the ClickFunnels award winners. Because if we can get 100 or a couple hundred funnels that we can actually look at and start organizing them by category of mega niche, and then start, if you do like, here's the top 5 funnels that are making over $1 million in the nutrition niche. Here's the top 5 in fitness. Here's the top 5 in spirituality or mindset or business coaching. And then we can really look at like, what are they all doing that's the same? It's like they're all, I feel like that by itself will help us make a page that will sell well. And I don't know how many weeks that will take. I don't know if it would be better to just call somebody that does that and say, ask them to, I don't know, whatever.
I have no idea.
I have no idea either. I wonder, do you think it would help us get started with like the copy from that other team, the like the $99 funnel. They have you fill out a questionnaire like, who's your ideal client? Like, tell us this stuff about your customer, and then they'll build you the funnel, the copy and the land page, and then I think they give you like templates for like the VSL script and like follow-up sequences and stuff. It's only like a little bit of done for you work, and then the rest of it's templates and that sort of thing. So I don't know if that would be worth at least getting the body of stuff laid out, and then we just kind of go in and tweak based on our feedback of like what the people that we're talking to are.
I mean, if we had a normal funnel with a sales page, yeah, it would probably be easier to get them. But it's like, because it's a webinar, it's like they're not going to write the webinar script for us. We're going to have to do that anyway. Like the backend is pretty much already built out. That's pretty straightforward. Mm-hmm. All that's left is the registration page, and that's literally just like a title and a sign up. It's like, at this point, I don't think we need it. Like in the future, it could be interesting to see like what do they come up with, what they suggest, and that. But for now, I don't really know if it would make much of a difference.
Okay.
But like if we can find other high converting webinar funnels, that would be worth looking into. Mm-hmm. But aside from that, for now, I don't see necessarily the value that much. Like if you think it's important, we can test it out, but it just doesn't make sense to me for now.
Yeah. Well, that's I think I get what you're saying. If the webinar is going to do essentially most of the selling, then we just really want to dump them onto a checkout page. So
the thing is, like the webinar, we already have the script. It's just a question of filling in the blanks, doing it, and start practicing and refining it.
Yeah, I did learn something big from doing this process. Like I did it 3 times, and I kind of thought about it a little bit as I was in it, but I didn't have it in front of me. I didn't write it down, and I realized like I probably need a form or like an SOP of this is how I run the workshop or the session, so that I'm remembering to connect what we're doing with the bigger vision of having a more simplified business, and talking about, I think I only did that like 1 time out of the 3 sessions. So it's like across, between 6 and 8 hours of content. It's like I talked about the bigger like program or the bigger idea, that the whole reason you need a story is like so that your business is more simple. It's like you tell that one story over and over and over again, and it communicates what people get when they work with you, like the pain points. It's like does all your marketing for you, and then it's repeatable, so other people will do the marketing on your behalf because they remember the story and they repeat the story. It's like I did that 1 time, and I was like, I need to have that in front of me. So it's like that's just constantly what I'm reinforcing throughout the process with people, because most people need to hear it like 6, 8, 10 times before it like sinks in, especially if it's new.
Yeah, I think that's the thing. It's like,
so it was like that was a really valuable thing to learn. It's like if I'm going to sit down on calls with people, it's like the process of being more present and being able to respond in the moment will be easier if I have a like essentially like a checklist or like a template of make sure you are doing this stuff as you're in it.
Yeah, this reminds me of the session, well, the half session that I did attend. Masada was talking a lot because that's who he is. Mm-hmm. And like whatever, I have nothing against the guy. I do find that he does take a lot of space when he's on. But what he was saying about like he's always selling, like there is some value to that.
Yeah.
I don't like the fact that he's always doing it. To me, that's like, I don't know, I just don't like it. It's too much. But he does have a point. Like most people undersell.
Yeah,
I
that's
believe
true.
he might oversell slightly.
He
Not in a push.
probably he probably makes a pretty good living because he's always doing that, even though it's like it's not um it's not how I would do it. It's maybe not the best, but he's just always putting something out there. And so like just by virtue of him doing that, even if it's like crummy message, like if you put your message out there a million times more than the next guy who has the perfect message, like the bad message is going to get the hits. it's like I mean, it's like watching a bad movie. It's like if it opens in more theaters and little art films like screens in 4, more people are going to go watch the bad movie. That's just how it's going to work. So yeah, the only thing that I mean, I was super judgy about when I met him. I was like, okay, so my perception of him is like he's so like energized and just like doing, like he doesn't stop to listen as much. He does seem like he's intentionally worked on that in terms of, like I felt like he was dialed back from whatever like his normal is. But like, like he shared some stories and stuff that kind of made me make some assumptions about him and the way that he kind of dominated the conversation. Just made me feel like he like listening is not one of the like I don't know, like high areas that he leans into. Whereas like I kind of maybe over use that particular tool set.
Yeah, I feel like what's going on is kind of like I mean, I don't know, I've never spoken to him like one-on-one, but I feel like it's kind of like the Tony Robbins effect of like, he's been doing this for so long that his default personality has become, I'm always selling and I'm always talking and telling stories because I'm the center of attention. Like, it's not in a bad way, it's just, it's part of business. And because he's been doing it so long, it's just, that's who he is now.
Yeah, that's a little bit like he came in the messenger group that I put together for each cohort. He's like, he told Carissa or Cassandra, whatever her name is. He told Cassandra like straight out, it's like, Cassandra, you're my dream client, and I'm wishing you all the strength. That it's like, that's not how you would. I mean, that's not how I would approach a prospect. Just like by outright telling them that. It's like she hasn't even asked him for help yet, but
I mean, I guess it could be worse. He could be like, I'm your dream coach.
Yeah, that's true.
Better. This reminded me of something. Yeah, it was in the ClickFunnels group. Someone asked like, who's the best at whatever it was? I forget exactly what it was. And then, a few people left comments like, oh, like this guy's really good, like tagging the person or whatever. And some guy's like, I'm the best, you should check me out. And it's like, that guy who left the comment, like won the 2 Comma Club awards. It's like, yeah, he's really good. But the fact that he's like, I'm the best, check me out. It's like, it just turns me off. I'm like, I never want to do business with him. And the guy who created the post, his response was simple and perfect. It was just no. I'm like, oh my God, that is so good. It's just like, oh yeah, you just got put in your place. Even if you are successful, even if you are the best, you saying that just makes you seem like a douchebag.
I mean, to be honest, like I think people like that do get more business, but and maybe this is the lesson that I need to learn is like, who cares if you get business from people who will never take action and who will like be butthurt about like whatever. It's like if they're not ready and they don't realize that they're not ready and they want to pay, take their money. But I mean, I think
it's like we can do everything we can to help them, but at the end of the day, people, like most people, won't do it. I was looking when I was doing research for the first upsell, the second, like I switched the name to accountability scholarship. So you buy a second scholarship that keeps you accountable. And I was doing research for that. So it's like, what are the percentages of people who complete their goals by themselves? And like when they write it down, they have an accountability partner and so on and so forth. And it's like the industry average for people who actually complete a course that they buy is between 5 and 15%.
Yeah, it's pretty dang low.
So it's like, okay, which is good for an upsell, because like in general for a goal, it's 8%. So it's like if you commit to a goal, if you're like, oh, I'm going to do this, your odds of succeeding are 8%. If you like really commit to it and you write it down, it's 42%, I think. Then if you get like an accountability partner is 65. And then if you have an accountability partner where you have regular check-ins with them, then it bumps up to 95%. But the average, the base is 8%, which is great for us because we're selling the upsell like, hey, for $97, you can buy a second program. Is like, get someone who's going to keep you accountable, do this with you. So you literally 12x your chances of completing it. Like that is really powerful. Like you want to 12x your odds of success for $97. The only problem is I couldn't find like such a convincing argument for the extended or the money back warranty. Like it's good. There's the prospect of like, hey, you can resell it and actually make money and get paid training, but it's not as like powerful as 12xing your odds of success. It's just when I do research, it's like we just come up with a concept and then we do the research. We're like, wow, I had no idea how powerful this idea was. Obviously this isn't, but it's like I wonder if it would be possible to like create an upsell that is such a good offer that there's more people that get it than the initial like product that you're selling. It doesn't like it's literally impossible because they need to buy the product to get to that step. But I'm like, I wonder if there's an upsell that is so good that if it was possible, people would buy that more than they would buy the original product. And actually, it could be possible. If the original product is like, let's say 1 book and the upsell is 10 books, it's like, hey, if 2 out of 10 people buy it, you're selling twice as many as the original thing.
Yeah, that's true.
That'd be crazy. Like you're making more money off like 1 upsell than you're making from the front end product. But then again, that makes sense because like there's so many funnels that's like free book, you pay shipping. It's like the upsell is $197. The other upsell is $297. You make like $500 off the back end and you made nothing off the front end. So I guess it's not that impressive. That would be cool. I wonder if it would be possible to structure a funnel in such a way that you have 100% conversion rate on the upsell. It's just like so irresistible that the person's like, yeah, I need that. Like it's not even a question. And by the way, I've been, like I sent you the script for all the different videos we need to film for the back end of the funnel.
Yeah.
But I'm kind of tweaking the way we think, because I didn't think I would be creating a backend like course area, members area portal yet, but I realized like that's the easiest option. That way it's just like confirmation email, like, hey, here's like your billing info, you can go check it out. And it's like simple link like to, hey, go create your account here to get access to everything. And then in the confirmation video, we can just be like, hey, thanks for purchasing, like all your purchases are down below. And just on the link there to go create an account, you'll have access to everything you just purchased immediately. That way we can just have everything in that portal. And it's like, I already filled it out, like even the sections that we don't have yet. So it's like the course itself and the bonuses, like I created the section and just put like coming soon. So it's like people go in and they see everything that they get. And the thing is, I can like the membership version of ClickFunnels is kind of limited, but I can add tags when they purchase a product or an upsell and then lock the content based on tags. So it's like only people who purchase the upsells will have access to it, but everyone who enters the portal will see it. So if we want further down the line or even now, we could create a special like page. So it's like when they click on it, it's like you don't have access to that content. We can put an option it's like unlock this content. They click on it, it sends them to a page where it's like they purchase the bonus content even though they didn't purchase it the first time. It's like having the content there, they can see it. And they're like, yeah, I want access to it. We can give it.
That's Taylor Welch does that quite a bit in his products. You buy like a low ticket product and then you get dumped into a portal where there's a whole bunch of other stuff that's like locked. And so it's like, oh, but I want that thing. And often what they'll do is the free trial. It's like this thing will come with like the first, you can access like the first 1 or 2 modules of something. So it's like you take a peek and it's like, well, I need to see the rest now.
That would be a good strategy. I don't know if it's worth creating in the beginning because there's not going to be that many people. So it's more like once we get a few people in, then it's like, all right, it's worth going back and doing that.
Yeah, there's
what was I going to say? Yeah, because if we have the 2 upsells like 97 and 297, it's like even if only a couple people get that on the back end, it's like, well, it's still a couple $100 more. And the other thing that I really wanted to do that unfortunately I cannot do without like, you know, purchasing like outside like resources and getting like some special code or whatever to do it, was to add a second upsell, because that would have been so cool. It's like timer expires, you no longer get the fast action bonus, but then on the page they're redirected to, there's a second bump sale. It's like you want to purchase the fast action bonus for $97. Because then it's not like, oh, I lost it forever. It's like I lost it because I didn't take action quickly, but I can buy it back for 97. Unfortunately, like it seems very complicated to set up like 2 bump sales. The other option would be to set it up as an upsell on the back end, but that seems like also like a lot of work. It's like it doesn't seem worth doing right now. But like the portal looks surprisingly full when you're like in it, because there's a bunch of stuff. Just check it out now. Unfortunately, like because it's a portal, it's like you need like to create an account and everything. So for now, it's like it's easier if I just, you know, do things in preview mode, so I can't test everything out. But it's like it still looks pretty good because you have all the different categories. Well, actually, hold on, I can show you. You know, you have this and let's say $1 million messaging, and then here you have the, well, training. It's just a template video that I put for now, but it's like, you know, engagement Firestarter, engagement Firestorm. It's like then the things that are coming soon and everything. So it
Nice.
looks pretty good, you know? And also something, I was watching a bunch of videos on like how to do this and stuff like that. And I saw in some of them that there's a check mark that appears next to certain sessions. So maybe there is a way to set it up so that when the person completes it, like they can't physically mark it complete, but I think you can set a timer. And once a timer is on, and it's like they've been on that page for, let's say, 10 minutes, it's automatically marked complete. So if you have that option, it's like maybe we don't even need to ever create like an actual membership in a professional site. We can maybe just use ClickFunnels the entire time.
Friday probably was before that. To be Rank Daddy. No, it wasn't Rank Daddy. Brandon Olson.
I mean, I've looked at the funnel for like so long that at this point, like it's hard for me to be objective. But it's like, I'm just looking at it like this looks really professional. But I could be full of shit. I don't know. At this point, I've lost all like objectivity.
Church sound. Thanks. So I have to go through this. Excuse me, why did that just happen? Puncture. Wednesday. Oh my word, this is so irritating.
But
I keep trying to scroll through my history and it keeps jumping back to the same spot. It's like halfway up the page. So like I'll get a little bit further and then it like resets where. Okay, so it would have been before then. So just keep going, keep going. I'm trying to find this company that does, they like build, what it looked like to me was, oh my goodness, it did it again.
I don't mean to laugh. It's just I keep encountering frustrating things every single day while I'm trying to build the funnel. It's like, all right, time to Google. It's like I'm not laughing because you're having issues. I'm just laughing because I'm like, yeah, I completely get it.
Yeah. Well, I usually I can remember what stuff is, but they had like a weird name, and it was apparently I didn't bookmark it. Usually I bookmark stuff. But I'm trying to find this product that I found that lets you build out like presentation, coaching resources. Like they have stuff that helps you build courses like right away. The promise is like done for you all your materials for your business. And they have something sort of like Jim Edwards thing. It's like you fill in a bunch of information about your niche and your and so then it like just generates a ton of like fill in the blank resources. And so then you kind of go through the templates and kind of tweak them and stuff. I didn't look at it super closely when it came up because I wasn't like, I don't really know if I need this, but I wanted to kind of go back and look at it and see if it's something. I don't know if I'll use it, but it might be something I might recommend other people use. And I want to say I could be wrong, but I want to say it's somebody that is like a 2 Comma Club Award winner, but I don't know that for a fact. Jam Stud. Doubt it's that. No, that's for music.
Nope, that's porn.
Go back.
Sorry, I had to go there. I have to make a porn joke every single episode, apparently.
Print 5. Tuesday, July 12th. Marketing the multi-stream. Would it have been on a weekend? Maybe? Maybe just further back. Junkie. OnlyFans. Okay, so it's got to be after this. Ads agency unlocked. No. High value brand. Is it high value brand? Consistent high paying clients guaranteed. No, that's not it. Force. Wow. YouTube discount. Keep fit. Blogger gear. Macro. Just digital growth. Wait a sec. Justin uses System.io. Nifty. Nifty the lifty.
Okay then.
One of the guys that I know actually uses the funnel builder that I kind of like. He's using that as a squeeze page for his Facebook group. Collects their email address and then puts them into his affiliate marketing group. All right. Well, maybe that's what I need to do next after we build all this course materials, like turn my Facebook profile into a squeeze page. Like basically get this whatever cool thing that people are asking for and then send them to a squeeze page first and then dumps them into the group or send them the resource. Canva, LinkedIn, Docs, Facebook, two Drama Club award winners, Jarrett Grossman. Man, I feel like I'm wasting time. I shouldn't be doing this.
Probably.
What should I be? I should be. Okay, I need to upload these videos to the Descript so I can chop them up. Restart. Oh. Let's go to the Freedom Initiative. Freedom Initiative. You feel more free yet?
I'm having fun doing nothing.
Post a meme. Y'all got any more of that freedom? It's good to be here. Let's zoom out. Move that. Descript. Down. Your internet connection's unstable. Your internet connection's unstable.
Oh yeah, the other thing we need to figure out is what are we going to do for videos? Because the free version is just YouTube, but that looks unprofessional. And there's like, you know, all those like suggested videos at the end and everything. So like it's not ideal. We can do it temporarily, but if we do it temporarily, then we have to re-upload all the videos to another software once we're like, all right, we made a few sales, time to go more professional. And it's like, do we want to do the work twice, or do we just want to select one right now and just be like, all right, let's commit, let's just, you know, buy this or whatever, and just like upload the videos to that directly?
Great question. I think
I can. I think I can. I know I can.
I'll have to look.
It's just because we're at the stage where we're about to start recording videos and we're going to need to upload them so I can insert them into the page. So we're soon going to be at the stage where we need to decide. It's like, if we just decide Facebook or YouTube for now, it's like, all right, we can do that. But then it means later on, we're going to have to go back and re-upload everything. And if we decide to choose one, it's like, all right, I probably need to do the research, figure out which is cheapest, which offers the best features, which is going to be the best, and kind of select that. Because we have like the two basic ones, which is Wistia and Vimeo. And then we have like a bunch of other ones that aren't as well known that might be cheaper, but might be crappier. There's also the fact that if they're not one of the main ones, I'm not sure how easy it's going to be to integrate with ClickFunnels or any other platform if at some point we decide switching. Because right now they have, hold on, let me check. They have YouTube, Vimeo, Wistia, HTML5, which I don't even know what that is, and then custom embed. So theoretically, custom embed could be used for pretty much any other platform. But I'll have to check, like do the research, which one seems best, and then check, is it compatible with ClickFunnels? So I guess the question is, are we willing to start investing into the business? I mean, I've already been investing every month with ClickFunnels, but you know, like something aside from that. So far, everything else has been free. Well, aside the $7 that I spent for the template for the course.
Yeah.
I
How
can't
many
believe
videos do we need?
that was.
Yeah, what?
I can't believe how easy and cheap that was. It's like I literally bought 50 templates, like course templates and things like that for $7. And I just
Wow.
upload to Canva, and you know, it's like everything's set up. I just need to like create the images, like input the images, and just like it just pops in. It's like perfect.
Nice.
And it's like I actually reached out on Fiverr to a few people. It's like, all right, I'd send them in like 3 different pictures of, you know, templates. Like, how much would this cost? They're like, oh, for this type of thing, like the response was between 35 at the cheapest and 85 most expensive. Cost us
Dang.
$7. It's like I've seen the exact templates that they have on their like Fiverr gig profiles in the one that
That's funny.
and the thing is, like, I came very close to having to pay because I didn't know how to do it otherwise.
Right. Where did you get the template?
Ironically enough, Etsy.
Oh, wow.
I
Dang.
just Googled
Is
it, but I
it,
found it on Etsy. Like, oh, okay, cool.
is it, wait,
You just
is it like what? Can you white label it, like use it for an agency, or is it just like your own personal use?
I don't know the way, like it just, I purchased on Etsy, then it sent me like a link to download the PDF, and then it's just like, here's a link, and it opened like Canva, and all I had to do was just create a copy of it. And then the copy, it's just like part of my account now. So it's like, that's it. If you want, I can send you the PDF. That way, if you want, you can add it to your account too. That way, if ever, like once my free one runs out, if we want to use yours for the free trial, if we need, because we can do everything we need to on mine except download with transparent background and remove background. Then again, it's like, if we at some point we realize we need it more, it's like, it's, I think, $6.50 per month, or if we get yearly, $55 for a full year. So it's like, it's not really that big a deal.
Plans for every budget. Let's see. Let's say annually. Free. What is your? Your videos look more professional for free. Customizable player, basic analytics. Lead capture forms, 2 users, 20 deals. Free. 10 minutes. Including channels, customizable. Did we figure out how we were doing the webinar?
Nope, that's something else we need to figure out. So, I mean, if we want to do the cheap version, in the beginning, it's just a simple like Zoom meeting.
Mhm.
Because if we want to have an actual webinar software, those seem to be pretty expensive.
Mhm. Well, we probably need to do it live a few times before we really have it dialed in anyway. So I'm fine doing it for people, like on, going to groups and do a live presentation, so I can actually read the room, get the feedback.
Hmm. Let me
Really,
try.
really need to read. I wish I had hard copies of the Brunson books. Be nice to be able to just flip them open to the part that I want.
Just realized something. The thought never even occurred to me because I have an ad blocker on my computer. But if we embed YouTube videos, are ads going to show up on the YouTube videos? Or is that just on the main YouTube site? And once it's embedded, it's like there's the branding and the suggested videos at the end, but there's no ads.
No, embeds don't show ads.
That's what I figured, but I'm like, I have an ad block on my computer, so for all I know, there's ads, I just never see them. So I would like imagine you don't even realize you create that. It's like people have to watch an ad before your sales video. It'd be funny. All right, let me try something here.
Community. Okay, so that's not what I'm looking for. Community deep dives, launcher group, crowd scale interviews. Let's start it.
I just realized Daily Motion is YouTube, so if we can find a way to use motion videos, maybe that'll work. All right, let's try it.
Oh. I'm gonna run to the restroom.
What? Insane. All right, the Daily Motion did not work. It's even worse than YouTube. I'm looking at just comparing the two basic ones, so Vimeo and Wistia, and Vimeo would definitely be better because we're going to have a lot of short videos, and Wistia works by the amount of videos, not the amount of like storage space. So it's like, you know, free, it's 10 videos max. Like just for the funnel, we have like 5 videos because there's 2 versions of one. So it's like, no way that's going to work. And even like plus, it's like 20 videos, and then pro 50, it's like the course itself is probably going to have 50 videos. So it's, yeah, that's probably not a good option because then we'd have to go with the advanced, which is 250 videos, and that's $319 per month. So no, bye-bye Wistia. So Vimeo, there's the plus version, which is $7 per month if billed annually, or $12 per month if not. And it's 5 gigs per week, 250 gigs every year. I don't know, it seems like maybe a good alternative. I'm going to check for the other ones, but so far out of the two, this is definitely the best one. All right. There was another one I came across that I never even heard of. It seemed really weird, and it's like there was 5 different plans. It went from $400 per month to $8,900 per month. I don't know what makes that platform so unique, but I'm like, fuck no, I don't want to look at this. Ah, that could be cool. There's one of them called Vidyard that offers a free transcription feature to its paid customers. So I guess that means we could add like a transcript of the video. Like it's not really that important. It's not worth getting just for that, but it would be cool. Huh, cool. It has a built-in video creation tool, so you can, like, it has a native screencast tool you can use to record your screen. You know, do some basic editing in there, so could make things a little easier. Huh, you can also do live streams apparently. Seems pretty cool. By the way, which editing software do you use?
I use Descript a lot.
You can edit with that?
What's that?
I didn't even know you could edit. I thought it was just meant for like transcribing videos and that was it.
No, it's a video editor.
Ah, okay.
It transcribes everything into like a doc, and then you just copy and paste the words, and so then you can edit the video by arranging the text.
Okay.
So it makes it easy for people who don't know how to video edit.
Yeah.
Be able to edit videos. But I like it because it saves a ton of time, like in scrubbing through the videos and getting it like it's like just exactly right. It's like you just highlight the part of the video. It's like, all right, I want this quote, and you just like cut and paste. It's really, really easy, really fast.
Video, like I just glanced at it. It seems pretty cool. So the free version is up to 25 videos.
Mhm.
And the pro version is unlimited videos, and it's 19 bucks per month.
For Vidyard, you said?
Yeah, Vidyard, like the one that has the features that I'm telling you about. So it's like you can live stream, you can record your screen,
Mm.
description. So it seems pretty cool. Like I guess it's a question of how well does it work and the features, but for
Yeah.
the price and the features, it looks pretty good.
Um, I have Loom too. I haven't seen anybody use Loom for like land page videos or webinars, but might be interesting to look at. Anybody get?
Ah, never mind. There's a limit of 5 embeds for the free version, 20 for the pro. In order to get unlimited, we need the business version, but I think that one's like 300 bucks per month. So maybe not that great after all.
Hmm.
I don't know, because on the like website that I'm looking, it's like if you need video ad for your team, the pricing starts at 300 per month. But on the actual website, there's free, pro, and business. So is business the team one or is it different? And unfortunately, the business one is get a demo. There's no price. Well, I think they just, lost a potential client. Bye-bye. So far, our best one is still Vimeo. That's pretty cool. There's one called Sprout Video, and like the different tiers, like the lowest one is seed, then there's Sprout, then tree, then forest. I'm like, that's pretty clever. All right. I know. Yeah. It's very convenient how every single article is like published by a company that has a video hosting platform, and conveniently,
Mhm.
the first one on the list is always theirs. Very strange. Whoa. This is so overwhelming. This one has 8 different options. There's starter, value, express, pro, plus, premium, enterprise, and a trial. It's like even 3 seems overwhelming sometimes, but you're gonna put
Yeah.
8. Okay.
Oh, man.
I don't know how many gigs of bandwidth we're gonna need. It's like some of them are like 50, 200, like 1 terabyte, 20, like 10 terabytes. I'm like, I don't know how much we need. So it's hard for me to judge.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm assuming, especially in the beginning, we're not going to get like a crap ton of views anyway, so it's probably not going to be an issue. And I feel like, at that point, whichever one we use, like if it's becoming an issue, we'll be making enough money that's like, who cares if we need to pay like $100 per month?
Mhm.
There's ones called Spotlighter that seems relatively cheap. So 25 videos for $7 per month. And then if we want unlimited, we upgrade to $16 per month. It's like their highest tier is $40 per month. So it's like, even if we need to max out, still seems relatively cheap.
Oops.
Hold on, let me just mute you. I'm going to watch this video quickly.
Oh.
Alrighty. So Vimeo is still looking like one of the best options.
Yeah, falling asleep.
All right, so I was watching a video with different recommendations. The one that he was using was RuPlayer, but it's been rebranded into Spotlighter. And he was saying like that's one he's been using for years, and it's good, it's cheap, it has a bunch of options. However, there are a few issues every once in a while. So he's like, he had a few complaints about buffering, and he's like, every once in a while, like maybe once per year, is going to go down for like an hour or two. So it's not perfect, but it seems like there's a lot of options and it's a little cheaper than Vimeo. So I don't know. Thinking maybe just go with Vimeo because it's, you know, been proven it's like the one that most course creators use anyway. Hello? Anybody there?
What?
I was talking to myself, wasn't I?
You were saying that Vimeo seems to be the best option?
Yeah, because the only other one that seemed like a good alternative is Spotlighter, and it's slightly cheaper. So it's like basic, like the normal, like lowest plan is $7 per month for both. Then the Pro and Vimeo is 20 per month, and the other is 16. You save $4 per month, and the other is Vimeo is 50 per month, and then the other is 40, so you save 10. But it's like overall, it doesn't make much of a difference. Whereas it's the only thing is like Vimeo is more trusted, more stable. It's the one that most people use. The other one's a little cheaper, has
Mhm.
more like editing options. So it's like you can do so many things with the player that you can modify, but
Mhm.
it's like sometimes there's some buffering issues, and every once in a while it's going to go down for a couple hours.
Hmm.
So it just seems to me like it's probably best just to go with Vimeo because it's the one that like I feel most online course creators use anyway. People are used to it by now, so we can probably just go with that. It's going to be the easiest. All right, so the question is, do we go cheap and use YouTube? I mean, yeah, YouTube, or do we like decide to go more professional from the beginning and just use Vimeo from the get-go? feel like I'm talking
I've
to right now.
I've used I've used Vimeo quite a bit. It's a little bit more professional interface than YouTube in terms of like the back end uploading and managing content. So I like it quite a bit. It's got got decent analytics and stuff on it, but I don't know. I feel like because we're going to be using this just to host the um yeah, Vimeo seems like it should work.
I mean, this is the one that most course creators use. Like I've
Yeah.
had multiple courses that I purchased, like I know for a fact that it's like a multi-million-dollar funnel for that
Mhm.
course. Yep, they use Vimeo.
Yeah.
I'm just wondering, I think I'm gonna reach out to them and see like, hey, let's say we get the plus plan and like for the year, like for a year, and then at some point we're like, we need to upgrade. Can we like pay the difference? Or do we have to buy the whole new plan?
No, I think it's prorated. If you upgrade or downgrade, you get like whatever the difference is.
Because the thing is like only the plus or like the most basic plan can be billed monthly. All the other ones are billed annually.
Mhm.
So I'm just gonna reach out to them and check that. And also like, do we get a warning in advance? Like, hey, you're like at 90% of your limit, you should probably upgrade. Because if not, like we don't want people to be like it's like I can't view the material because we ran out of like bandwidth or whatever. It's like they didn't tell us and we're
Yeah.
screwed. So I just want to make sure we don't run into any issues. Like if it's simple and we can easily upgrade and we get warnings, let's just start with the plus plan, which is $7 per month. And then we just upgrade whenever we
Yeah.
need to. And that's all right. So that's done. And I guess in the beginning, we'll just use like the normal Zoom for the webinars and that's it.
Mhm. Yeah. Makes
And
sense.
ready to upgrade is going to be another round of research. Which software to use? Because there's so many of them.
Mhm.
You know, now that I'm like building out the back end and doing all this, like I don't feel like you're doing all the work anymore. What? That's weird. I'm on the English version of the website in Costa Rica. I click on the contact support and it sends me to the French version. How does that make sense? right, one question answered. My mind just blanked. I went to type and I'm like, I have no clue what I want to write. Ah.
I just found some copy that we can use for our
You
thing,
found what?
but actually,
So would you, okay, so what occurs to me is that you're appealing to, it may not necessarily be. So I'm looking at some bestsellers that are in this.
All right, so
I guess
yeah.
it's the same story for all of them. But yeah, the pastor have calling has been asking him for a keyboardist, a drummer, a bassist, you know, when they have an event coming up or Christmas is coming up or something like that. And all the people are booked. It's like you can't get anybody. So my husband is
So it's a three-phase process.
I'm a counselor. I'm a business counselor. And so I started to
Stories, and also how I decided when I got married.
Such a funny story.
And that, I think that's a great example of
And
Amazon. I wrote it and
I'm just wondering. Hello? I'm just wondering, since you're going to be the one filming the videos and upload and editing, since you're going to be the one recording the videos and editing the videos, does it make more sense that you create the Vimeo account? That way you can just upload everything directly instead of like having to send the videos to me and I have to download them and upload them?
Yeah, sure, I can do that.
I'm just wondering because so far, like I have the ClickFunnels account, so it's like it's probably easier from like a business perspective. It's like one person pays for everything.
Yeah.
It's like then we just kind of like I subtract everything, and then from the profits we just like split it 50-50.
Yeah.
So I'm just wondering what's the best, or I can just create the account and like give you the password and the username or whatever.
Oh, that reminds me, I have. Let me try and set this up right. So I have the family version of LastPass, which means we can set up like a business LastPass account. So like anything that we need to have access to regarding that, like we
Yeah.
can just set up as and just kind of slowly start putting stuff there. That way we can set one up as like everything, and then we can set one up with like for VAs or for like people who need to access stuff to do things for us. So they don't have everything and they can't actually get the passwords.
Yeah. By the way, I've never used LastPass to share passwords. So how does it work? Like, does the person just get access to the password? It's like LastPass inserts it whenever they want to log in and they just log in, or can they actually access the password and see what the password is?
Yeah, you can set the privacy so it's like they get access to it, but they don't ever see what the password is. Like they want like they can't manually copy it or anything.
Okay. It's just like, as an example for ClickFunnels, it's like I use a version, like a slightly altered version of the same password for everything, because otherwise I would never remember everything. So
Yeah.
it's like I would like to share the password with you for ClickFunnels. That way, if you need to access it, you can. But it's like, do I need to change the password? Because like it's not that I don't trust you. It's just like I use like a version for everything. So it's like I don't want, you know.
Identity.
Like, I could easily change the password for ClickFunnels and just like, you know, we have like a default password that we just use for business accounts, and it's like that's the password. It's like we're gonna be rich. Ah, crap! I just ruined that because we're live. Yeah, so I guess I can do that. I'll create the Vimeo account and then create like a password that we can use for business, and we can just kind of like always have that version of the password. So I don't know if you like don't save because we're live, so that I don't want to have to change it. But do you remember the password that I use for, or no, not the password, just the, never mind. You don't know that. Never mind. I'm just wasting my time. No, wait, it was, yeah, the password for the email, for the business email. Do you remember the password?
No.
Okay, it's okay. But I'm thinking like if we create a version of that password, so it's like it was just like, you know, a word or like an actual, you know, word or meaning. So it's like if we add letters or something in there, because some of them require like letters or N words. So it's like if we just create a version, it's like, all right, it has, let's say, letters, word, like letters, numbers, and symbols. It's like we just create one and that is the default password for everything. That'll just make it way easier for us.
For account status.
Yeah, I think I'll create like a lowercase, uppercase, number and symbol password. And then we can just use that for everything.
Cool.
That's pretty easy. In fact, I think I just created it right now. I'm just gonna add that to my document where I have all my passwords, which is probably dumb, but it's okay because there's a code that everyone can break probably, but it doesn't matter. All right, so I guess I'll put that in business. And I guess for the email, we'll just use the business email. So it's going to be the business email and that password for every business account. And then I'm going to go back in and for the email, update the password so the password is the same.
Mhm.
Okay. So business.
Hmm. So you already have a LastPass account, right? You said, and it's just like the free one.
Yep.
Right. Let me add you on my. Which email address is it?
I love this password.
Can you write in the chat the email that your LastPass is on?
Sure. Actually, I'll send it to you on Messenger because it's easier to type on my computer than on the phone. By the way, if you want, I can just send you the. Wait, what? I literally typed Messenger to Google rather than going to Facebook. Yeah, if you want, I can just send you the password by like Messenger. It's like once you have it, I'll just like unsend the message, and it's like no one's ever gonna know. So that's the email. And then the for LastPass. And then the business email is so that's the business email that we're going to use for all the accounts that we have. and the password is going to be this. Let me know once you have that, and I'll delete the password just to be safe.
That's- Log into your account. Really? Why did I log in earlier? There we go. You are now invited. We'll create our support. So the support at 5-minute Facebook groups will be one that we like maybe give access to VAs and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, that's the default password for the email for the business. So it's like when we create accounts, we use that. When people need to contact us for support, they use that. It's just business email.
Okay.
So let me know once you have the password, and I'll just unsend the message on Messenger.
Okay, and where do I log in to the email account? Is that on Google?
Email account is like the password is different, but I'm going to update it now. In fact, I have to go in cPanel to do that. So yeah, once I'm done that, like the password to access the email is going to be that. And obviously the email to access the email is going to be the email.
Yeah.
And then for Vimeo, I'm going to use the same email, same password, and I'm going to update ClickFunnels for the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I change the email for ClickFunnels, but at least the password will be that. And then whatever other accounts we need to create, we'll just use that. All right, email. It's so funny how it's like I've had this hosting account for, I don't know, 10, 12 years or whatever. And it's like the default domain that I no longer even have, but the one that all the other domains are like under is the like erotica domain that I used to use back in the day. It's funny how it's like every single website I have on it, it's like my author website, like this business website, my mother's, my father's, my sister's, like all the websites are under that one. It's just, it's kind of funny to me. All right. Manage. New password. There we go. Oh, password strength of 100. Booyah. All right, so let me just go test to make sure. So you have the password, I can delete it?
Yep.
So remove, unsend. Okay.
Oh shoot, I was on screen share. Just kidding.
That would be so funny. That would suck because I really like that password. It's like it would suck having to come up with another one, you know?
You can always just delete the stream. Yeah. Or I
Yeah, it's
go,
not like anyone's watching.
or I try to delete the stream and I accidentally delete the channel. Or accidentally delete the internet. Oh, can you imagine somehow accidentally deleting the
Hey, at least you would be known forever as the guy who deleted the
Right?
internet.
Oh my
But
gosh.
the
That
thing
would
is,
be
how would people know you if there is no internet?
well, we go back to watching the news, I guess.
All right, so the email has been updated. Let me go do ClickFunnels real quick. And actually, I think I'll use the same password, but I'll keep my personal email for that because I like contact support every once in a while and stuff like that. And I want it to go to my email so I can access it easily. Is that okay?
Yeah, that's fine.
So for ClickFunnels, it's gonna be the same password, just a different email. Like my personal email.
Oops.
Right. So password is updated for ClickFunnels, so you can have access whenever you want. Although I would recommend, please don't go in and fuck everything up. Not that I think you would, but you know. All right, so that's done. So should I create the Vimeo account now or wait like 2 days so we have 2 more days and you know?
Yeah, I guess I would say like let's record the video so we actually have stuff to upload.
Create the account later. Then.
So I guess were we gonna log in and in the support email and just set up the the VA LastPass? That way we have an account that we can just share stuff to if we need to.
Sorry, I didn't understand what you.
So I invited you to my LastPass account. Which I have a paid LastPass account, so we can have like multiple people in it. And when you have a paid version, you can share passwords. You can create like shared vaults and stuff. And so then I added you to mine, and then I also added Victor Abracadabra, which is just the initials.
I love email.
So
It's good. It's really good.
what's that?
I just love the email.
Which email?
Well, do you want me to say it on the live? Because it's your email, so I don't know if you want me to share.
Oh, my email, the
Yes.
Yahoo one.
Well, you know, the one with the funny pun, that email.
That's like my oldest. I mean, almost my oldest email. I think I've had this one forever.
All right, so let me join. Yes, add me. All right, account added.
Anyway, so the point was to try and make an account that so anything that we wanted to share with other people to be able to, like, if we have processes we want to hand out to VA, we can share passwords to that account. And then if you need to share stuff with me, you can just directly share it to me, since we're now on the same paid thing.
Sounds good.
That way, like, we have like a separate one that's like only stuff that we are okay with people accessing, that they probably won't break something, or or mess up
Probably won't.
links to things. Yeah.
By the way, I've never used VA, so I don't know how it works, but it's like, let's say you share a password with them through LastPass. They don't know the password, but they can log into the account. Does that mean that once they're in the account, they could go in and technically change the password and you're locked out and you're screwed? It's like, I've never used, like, most, probably like that won't happen. Most people are like good people, but it's like, is that something we need to be concerned with? Because like VAs is a common practice in business. So I'm wondering, like, how do they do that? Do they just, share the password and that's it? It feels to me like there would be like, it would be cool if businesses, like, or at least, softwares or things like that, that businesses use, like they have a VA option. So it's like, hey, here's the VA login. So it's like you can create a special password and like restricted access for your VA. Anyway, I'm probably overthinking it. I'm just curious because I've never done this before, so I don't know how it works.
I don't know. I feel like I would just only hire somebody that I liked.
Yeah, but you can never know for sure. Like, some people are like, well, I have access to his ClickBank account, and there's like $100,000 in there, so fuck it, change the password, and I'm taking the money.
Yeah.
I don't think it'll be an issue, but I'm just wondering.
Yeah,
how that.
I think that would be one of those things where it's like, you probably wouldn't want to share something that you don't want people to have access to.
Yeah.
And probably set up like two-factor authentication with accounts, so it's like they have to have the password and also like be able to ring your phone or something like that. So try to
Yeah.
like
Yeah, makes sense. All right, so I'm just trying to figure out what I need to do next. So Vimeo, we need to record the videos first. I guess I need to finish building out the back end, so the membership area on ClickFunnels. And then once that's done, I can go ahead and know exactly what we're going to need to include in the script for the confirmation video. It's like, hey, congratulations, everything is confirmed. Your order detail is below. You can create an account down there. And it's like, what do they need to know? Because it's like, if we send emails, it's like, you need to check your email. It's going to be, this is going to be the title of the email. You have to click the link in there or whatever. It's like, I need to make sure that we have the right information when we create the video. So I'm going to try to include as much as I can of that information within the back end. So just like create a like welcome video on the back end. So it's like in the confirmation, it's like, review the order below, click on the link underneath, go create your account, and watch the first video in the members area. That's going to tell you everything. So how to access your bonuses, how to book your strategy session, how to do everything. So I'm going to try to build it out that way to make it easier for everyone. So I guess that's my.
Keep trying to.
Hmm?
I'm trying to download the video from last night and it keeps screwing up.
Sucks to be you, doesn't it?
So it's more than just a story, but it's like I said, a direction. So you know that part of
I've been there. I've been there. It helps. That's what we need. You think we can get her? You know, that they're gonna share what you do.
Where's the
Other
audio
people
so
that
terrible?
help. A story is something that is instant marketing that other people will do for you.
I like that. Yeah, that sounds good.
All right. Thank you guys so much
you.
for spending time with me, and it's been a pleasure to help you.
Thank you so much, Anne. Nice meeting you, Debbie. Bye.
Thank you. Thank you.
Try it again.
So just so I know, so I'm, not doing everything in like my head and you're like, why are you doing that? You're an idiot. So just to make sure that, I'm doing the right thing, let me just go back to ClickFunnels. Oh yeah, by the way, in general, like when you create a members area or like, yeah, members area in ClickFunnels, they're like, oh, it's easier if you like create a separate funnel and have like your entire business run through that and just have like different courses within it that can be unlocked with separate tags. Then whenever someone buys, like there's a specific tag and that unlocks a course. However, in order to do that, we would need a separate URL or set up the same URL, and that's like making things complicated. So for now, I'm just like, all right, let's do the simple version and have the members area within the same funnel. So that's how I set it up for now.
Yeah.
Okay. So for now, what we have in the members area is the 5-minute Facebook groups, which is coming soon because the course isn't done yet. Live implementation sessions. We're just going to upload them like every day once we're done, just like the recordings. The mastermind, that's going to be maybe like a short video just explaining like, hey, the mastermind, like here's how it works. And, then we can create a button underneath that's going to link them to the Facebook group where they can join. $1 million messaging, you're just going to need to, oh yeah, can you upload the video for, no, actually it's probably easier if I was going to say, can you upload it to the Google Drive and then I can download it and upload it, but it makes more sense if we just wait till we create the Vimeo account and then you can sign in with the password and upload those videos. So anyway, $1 million messaging is just going to be that video. I'm assuming it's one video. No, wait, $1 million messaging is not it's probably like a PDF or something, right?
So that'll be a swipe file. It'll be like I'll have a bunch of the photos of books that I've been taking at the bookstore, and then I'll probably record a resource on how to use it, why to use it, and then at some point, once we get the Google sheet put together, I was going to look at hiring a VA today. That was one thing I wanted to do, is like get somebody to put together the the spreadsheet for us. And
It would be worth like maybe coming up with a system so we can collect all the data that we get as we're building the business. And I'm sure later on we can use that to create like a course or whatever. Anyway, so okay, that'll be a swipe file. And then we have the engagement fire starter. That's just going to be a video.
it's a video, and then I have a doc with a bunch of engagement questions that go along with it.
All right, then the engagement firestorm, which is going to be probably a video explaining how it works, and then probably just either like a PDF with all the like text and for the post that they can just like select, copy, paste, or we can have the text directly within the members area, like as normal like text, whichever one. Fast action bonus, that's just like a video explaining like just a reminder, like this is a fast action bonus, click the button below to book like your session on calendar, and that'll just redirect them to your Google Calendar. Then there's the 3 mystery bonuses. So mystery bonus number 1, 2, and 3, all 3 coming soon. Then the accountability scholarship, which is probably going to be like definitely a video explaining like, hey, this is how you need, what you need
Do we
to
have
do.
a list of all of these videos? I feel like we need I feel like we need like a Kanban board of like all the stuff we need to do to create like all the things we need to create.
Yeah, but for now, like stuff like that, the most important step is like the 4 or 5 videos for the back end of the funnel. So it's like the order form video, the alternate order form video when the timer expires, upsell 1, upsell 2, conversation page. Once we have all that, then we can kind of like go in and filling in the membership area. So now I'm just recovering everything to make sure like I understand exactly what we need in there. So it's like accountability scholarship is going to be just a video explaining it. And then underneath that, it's probably going to be some sort of like submission form. So it's like put your friend's like name and email and submit it, and that'll just like send us an email or something. And it's like we can then go in and, or no, wait, actually easier than that is probably just a link of like copy the link below, send that to your friend, and that's going to allow them to create an account. No, wait, because in order to do that, they need to, I don't know how this is going to work because we haven't done this. Because the way it works, like in the system, is someone purchases something and then their email goes into the account, and then we just give them the link to create their account, and as long as they use the email, they can create the account and have access. If they don't, like if they haven't purchased anything, then it won't work. So I don't know how to do that. I'll have to figure that out. Okay, so I have that to do. Money back warranty is probably going to be a video, but like that's going to be coming later because we don't have access to that yet. But it's going to be probably a video with like, hey, just click the link below and fill in your information. And that's going to be like, we're going to link them to the affiliate like page where they can just become an affiliate. So I think that's how everything's going to work. And then I create like a support thing. So it's just like a video. It's like, or no, not even a video, just like text of like, if you have any questions or comments or feedback or whatever, like you can click here, and then I just put the mail to, so it opens in their like email address or email provider, whatever, or just like, you know, use this contact email to contact us. Oh yeah, and I need to include another video. So it's like a welcome video or something of like, this is what you need to do like the first thing you need to do when you get here. So what do I need to include in that? Like, what do they need to do when they first arrive? So if they have the fast action bonus, they need to go book their session now. And then mention like, hey, you have access to $1 million messaging, engagement Firestarter. You can go through that if you want. If you upgraded to the engagement Firestorm, you also have access to that. And the 3 mystery bonuses are going to come later. Accountability scholarship. We can just tell them like, if you purchase that upgrade, then you can just, you know, click the link, the tab below and watch the video. And same for money back warranty. So I think, yeah, I think it's pretty straightforward. Is there anything that like I'm missing?
I can't think of anything right now that we're missing. I think for me, what I need to do is I need to go back.
I'm confusing you.
What's that?
Stop talking to me because I'm confusing you with everything.
So I think the thing I need to do is, I mean, I can record that first video that goes on the checkout page. That's just the value stack basically. And then
Yeah, so those scripts will be good.
that.
The 2 versions of the order form video and the 2 upsells you can do now, because that won't change. It's just the confirmation video that's going to change because I need to build out the backend first. And that's going to determine what we say in that video.
Yeah. Well, okay. Well, I guess what I'll do right now is I'm going to go through these sessions that we did and try and move all the content that is like pain points, customer language, into the multiverse document. And then I'm trying to think who we can model. I don't know. I think that thing that we found the other day is fine. That that document you sent me, I forget, I can't think of the name of it the other day, but it's like we can just start with that, what people have said, and then borrow some language from that Google Doc from the course thing that you sent me, and then construct the webinar, because we need to do that in front of people and get feedback.
Yeah, because I think, yeah, like once the backend is all built out and the members area is built out, like everything there, then it's just a question of, you know, creating the webinar sign up page and creating the webinar script. Once we have that, like the entire funnel is built out. The only thing is we need to figure out how it's going to work until we use an actual webinar software. Because right now we're going to be using Zoom. So I think like maybe you're going to have to pre-create, like pre-schedule your Zoom meeting as a webinar. And then like, can people sign up to a meeting? Like how does that work?
Yeah, I mean, I can use Calendly to create a space where like multiple people can sign up for same time slot. It'll show how many spots are remaining, and then we'll do the Zoom as a live, live class, and then at the end of it, we can, like, if we pick a launch date, so if we say, so we're taking pre-orders now, we're actually going to launch this like the end of August or mid-August or whatever. It's like whatever day we're going to do. Then we can just set a a Calendly appointment with Stripe attached to it and say, so if you actually want this now, if you're like ready to buy, you can click, like, we'll just drop that in the chat. You can register for that right now. If you're like, I don't know, I gotta think about it, or I was like I would just really value your honest feedback and like, let's talk about it. And I can pull up a Google Doc and then just like listen to their thoughts on like, well, what would make this better? What would make this something that you actually would use? I mean, the initial webinar, I think, or the initial presentation, I think I'm going to try and shape it around the people I've actually worked with and what they've said about the business, so that I'm repeating back to them what they've said about, like, oh, I have this problem, I have this problem, this problem. And then it's like, if we solve these problems for you, is that something you're willing to pay for? And if they're not willing to pay for it, then it's like, that's not really their problem, or they don't understand what the real problem is.
Yeah.
And so then it's just keep pulling the thread to figure out. But my guess is there's probably one or two in the group of people that we have so far that would be like, yeah, I think I'll pick you up.
Yeah, I'm just thinking more from the, like, well, my brain is not working. From the, oh, my brain is really not working. Anyway, like, technical perspective, like, how do we set it up? Because normally how it works, it's like, there's the opt-in page, they put their name, their email, and they, reserve their spot. But since we're not using an actual webinar software, we can't integrate it with ClickFunnels. That means it's probably going to be like, hey, like, yes, I want to reserve my spot. So it's like they click on it and then it sends them to, let's say, like a Google Calendar, like, registration form. Like, how do we set it up so it's the simplest possible version for them to go through?
How are you imagining them going through it? Because I'm not clear.
I don't know. That's the thing. Like, I don't know how to run this and how to set it up when using like normal Zoom.
So you're talking about like doing a real webinar page?
Because the thing is, like, the webinar, there's the webinar registration page. So simple, like, yeah, this is the promise or the hook, register below. And it's like, that's it. Once they register, usually it's like, it sends them to a page where it's like, hey, congratulations, reserving your spot. It's at this point, like, here's the link to the room or whatever. It's like, or you're going to get an email with the link, and then it sends them like everything. But it's like, because we're using Zoom, there's not going to be that automated process. So we have to do that ourselves. So it's like, what is the easiest version for them and for us?
Yeah, Calendly, when they book up a slot, it'll automatically create the Zoom link that gets added to their calendar, and I can set up follow-up emails. Like, once they've registered for a slot, I could set up, like, it'll automatically send them a thank you email, it'll send them a reminder email, it'll send them, like, it'll do like follow-up sequence type stuff. So we can do reminders to make sure that everybody shows up.
My only question is, how do we make the process simple? Because in general, it's like, here's the link to my Google Calendar, and they get to select whatever slot they want. Whereas now it's like, we want them to just have one slot, like one option. Is there a way to do that?
Yeah, that's what I did for this the coach-a-thon. I created 3 different calendar events, and you could only book one slot. It was like when you click on it, there's only one time that's available, and it showed you how many slots were left, like how many people could book that particular time slot. So it was like, if you wanted the 10 a.m. slot, you had to click on the 10 a.m. calendar appointment, which is a totally separate link, totally separate event. And so then when you go in there, it's like, here's the available dates with one available date. It's like, this is the only time you can book.
But what I mean is like, in general, when you send a link to someone, like you're like, hey, here's my Google Calendar, like book a session, it's like, it shows them the entire calendar. Is there a way to send a link to just one specific event? So it's like, okay, you want like to book that event instead of like seeing your entire calendar. It's like they need to kind of like go through and pick the right thing. So it's like we want to make it as simple as we can
That's
for
what
them.
I'm telling you, I did. That's what I did for the coach. It's like they only had one option at all. Like all they saw on the calendar was like, it's just this day, this time. Just click to confirm that that's when you're showing up.
All right, sounds good. So
I mean, if you want to see
I mean,
it, so
I mean, we don't need to do it now. I'm just trying to figure out how we do it the simplest thing, because like where we
honestly,
want to do eventually is like on the confirmation page, or like sorry, on the registration.
The simplest thing to do would just be create a Facebook event and then just message everybody. Be like, here's the thing, everybody's invited. Here's why you should show up, and then just the day of or the day before, send everybody like in a messenger group that, hey guys, just reminding you we have this thing. Would love to help you. Would love to have you come, and then right before it starts, message them again. I mean, if you're talking about like really super simple, I don't feel like it needs to be. I don't feel like we need to model all of the webinar process if we don't have that built out. Because right
Yeah,
now
like,
we're just doing
like we can't replicate that given the fact that we're using Zoom. So it's like, until then, we just need to figure out what is the simplest version to make someone sign up like the easiest thing possible. Because for every step that we add, we're decreasing our like conversion rate. Anyway, we don't need to figure that out right now. It's just trying to like, because that's one part of the puzzle that I'm like, I haven't figured that part out yet. Because I feel like a webinar, it's important for them to get reminders. So it's like, it would make sense to use Google Calendar because you can schedule reminders in there. And it's like, it even adds it to their calendar. It's like, there is that accountability because we want them, like, we want to send a confirmation email with the link. We want to send one email, like maybe even the day before. And like that day, probably 3, like 1 in the morning, it's like, hey, just a reminder, the Zoom is going to be today. And then it's like, hey, the Zoom's starting in 1 hour, maybe even like 15 minutes. And it's like, we're starting now. It's like, we want to be able to set that up because like, there's a reason why they do that for webinars, because people just don't show up unless you remind them at crap time. It's like, it's that pretty much that format for every single webinar I've ever signed up to. Like, aside from the ones that is like pre-registered and it's like, it's starting in 2 minutes. Like the other ones, the real ones, it's always that like one confirmation email, then usually 3 to 4 the day of. It's like 1 hour before, 15 minutes starting now, and sometimes even one before that.
Yeah, I think part of the reason we're struggling is we're talking about this instead of just doing. Let's see here. I have a meeting with Marcus's group on next Wednesday, so I'm just going to do this as a demo for workflow.
Sounds good.
Let's see here.
It's funny how it's like we started the process and we're like, this is way easier than we thought it would be. And it's like, yeah, you know what? This is just as complicated as I thought it would be. It's not that bad.
I think the more we
figured
talk
everything,
about it,
but it's just like there's a lot of
Yeah.
work in this. We just think like, oh, we can just like, you know, pre-launch this. It's like, yeah, but to do that, like to do it right, it takes a lot of work.
well, I think we're doing a lot more work than probably.
But I think we're front loading the work because we're doing a lot of the work now so that later, once we launch it, there's barely anything to do.
Yeah, I mean, that's.
Or like prefer doing the work now than like rushing and stressing when it's like crap, there's like people like buying in, like we need to do this now. Patient, the internet. Do you know if we can embed Google Calendar like sign up?
There's probably a way. Options. This. And So like Calendly will let you redirect to an external site that has a confirmation page. So you can literally like put them on a thank you page afterwards. And then you can set up email confirmations, email cancellations, email reminders, email follow-ups, text reminders. That would be interesting to like test. If we set up an event and then like set up all the like email sequencing of like, hey, thanks for booking your slot. Like we'll see you this time. Here's how to add this to your calendar, blah blah blah. And then the follow-up email, it's like, hey, tomorrow we're gonna meet. Looking forward to seeing you. And then today is the thing. Please, go here for the link. And then text reminders. I don't know how you. I guess you probably have to capture their text at the beginning. Invitees will have the option to receive text reminders. Enable text reminders to send SMS notifications to invitees. Because that'll help with conversion rate too. Text message reminders.
I mean, I don't think it's that important, text message reminders. Like, I don't think I've ever seen a webinar do that. I mean, I'm sure some people do it, but I don't think it's that big a deal, especially in the beginning. Like, we don't really need to worry.
I've seen quite a few that use it.
For webinars, really?
I mean, often it'll be like live events, but I've seen a few webinars that will ask for your phone number and then they'll text you and be like, hey, by the way, your webinar is starting now.
Like the only time I've done it, and when it's kind of like a weekly webinar that you get access to when you purchase a product or something, it's like, hey, like sign up for text reminders or something. You sounded like R2D2 for a second there.
Let's see, next index. How many people are in this? 22 members. So eight spots.
Yeah, like I feel like in the beginning for the first like couple people who sign up, like, and I think once we make a sale, we can be like, all right, let's use that money to upgrade to an actual webinar software, and then we can just kind of go. So until then, I think it's fine if we just have the normal opt-in pay, like the registration page where it's just like a button, they click on it, redirects them to the Google calendar link, and then they just book it there.
Yeah.
Especially since in the beginning, it's going to be people that that you've spoken to, and you're like, they're going to be like, oh, okay, whatever, it's the Google Calendar. Like, even if it's not super 100% professional, like, I don't think it'll be a big deal.
Yeah. Honestly, you know what we should do? We should just stream it to YouTube every time. And if we like, we'll say we're gonna do it on YouTube. Go to the comments. We'll have somebody read. It's like you can monitor the comments, and then I'll address them there. And then that way, it's like once we kind of figure out what we're doing, and as people are engaging more and more, it'll get shared out even more to a bigger audience.
It would be so funny if like we do it just because like we stream everything and it's like it ends up going viral.
I mean, I feel like that's what we should do. It's like, as long as it's a live webinar, just do them on YouTube, because why not?
I'm just wondering what makes more sense, to stream it to YouTube or to stream it to Facebook groups. That way, every time we do a webinar, it's like people in the group can watch, even though they didn't sign up.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. You can stream it to the group.
I mean, of course, in that case, it's like, why bother getting people to register? Let's just stream directly in the group.
We can stream it to our profile. So it'd be like you would go into a group and advertise it, and then I don't know.
I don't know. We're probably overthinking this.
We are.
No, we're definitely overthinking this. But that's what I do. Like, I overthink things to then get to the point where I'm like, okay, what is the simple version of this?
I'm so tired.
This is good. Like, I'm becoming an expert on ClickFunnels. Oh, I forget. Did I tell you or not about the call I had with my, well, it's not really a friend, but the guy from high school?
Huh.
Yeah, because it's like if we send them to a link to your calendar and it looks like that, they're gonna be like, what the hell?
Did I double book that? Whoops. Let's see. Bobby.
Well,
Bobby. Bobby. Oh. Yeah, that was from last week. I accidentally booked it the following week. Ha 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 ha. Funny. Okay.
is it?
No. It's not that funny.
Like, no,
All
don't laugh.
I'm gonna go on Fiverr and find a VA to do this spreadsheet thing for us.
All right. So, ow. So what do I need to do? Just finish building out the backend membership and then rewrite the script or write the script for the like welcome video within the membership
Mhm.
and use that to create the new version of the script for the confirmation page at the end of the funnel. I just need to figure out for the accountability scholarship and the money back warranty. How do we structure that before we actually have it? Okay, so I think the money back warranty, I'll just put coming soon because they won't need it until after they go through the entire course anyway.
Mhm.
In fact, like that feature won't unlock until, wait, do we want that feature only to unlock once the course officially launches, like the pre-recorded version? Or do we want them to be able to resell like their access to the live version of the
I
course?
feel like I don't want to talk about the like what to do with the course anymore. Like I need to just like do a task now.
Okay, it's just because in order for me to do my task, I need to figure out what they're gonna like have access to within the
Okay.
membership. Otherwise, I can't do anything.
Okay, what was the question then?
So the money back warranty is 60 days instead of 30 days for the money back guarantee, plus the ability to resell your course after you're done. Since this is a live version, there is no course for them to resell. So there's two options. Option number one is that feature, if they buy it, it only unlocks once the live version of the course launches, so like the real pre-recorded course. Option number two is they unlock the ability to resell their live version of the course. So it's like they can resell their spot in the course, and it's like someone buys it and gets access to the live version of the course.
I didn't understand what the question was.
Which version are we going with? Because let's say someone purchases, like, buys the pre-launch version, the live version of the course, and then they upgrade to the money back warranty. So they get 60 days instead of 30 days to get the refund if they're not satisfied, but they also should unlock the ability to resell the course once they're done with it. But the thing is, because it's a live version of the course, how does that work?
So just have to wait till the course is done to decide.
Okay, so this money back warranty, even if they buy it now, only unlocks once the course officially launches.
Yeah.
Okay, sounds good. An accountability scholarship, I need to figure out how to set that up. Okay, we're all good.
Cool. All right. Anything else you need from me right now?
I don't think so. I think my brain is already overwhelmed enough.
I'm gonna go to the back, and then I'm gonna work. We'll see you.
All right.